then after that, we didn't lose hope, still continued doing our stuff. And we decided to now go and see if we could record with Josiah. I mean, every other artist who was like a hit then, alikuwa under Josiah. So like, okay, fine, let's look for Josiah. We managed to see Josiah, but after a while, kulikuwa na msee mwingine alikuanga hapo watch anaitwa Wes.
Even Waire talked about him.
Even who?
Waire. The guy through the people.
Wes alitutesa. Kuingia hiyo to enter that gate. Acha tulikaa kwa hiyo mawe. So eventually tukagundua saa siri ya Wes ni aje, managed to enter, got to see Josiah, got to record.
Okay, slow down, Amani. This thing is so the reason why I'm slowing you down is because you guys had grit and hustle. First and foremost, you found Ted.
Yes.
Like you guys are high school chicks who've just finished high school, entering uni stage 1.
Yes.
But you managed to find him.
Yes.
Number 2, you managed to convince
enter the
him.
Studio. Viola is a very sweet talker, and Viola became friends with Wes, and that's how we got him.
Okay, but you can't sweet talk Ted. Talent is talent.
Yes. So we get into studio and we record with Josiah. And
so what do you can't just record. You what happened? Stage 1. He told you sing for us or something.
Yes, there was a sing for us thing. And we'd gotten cash, like we were ready, amongst ourselves. Kuna wale kwa mesave, kuna wale kwa maomba pesa kutoka baba zao, mama zao. So we knew we had money. So we knew the recording costed this much. Those few sessions of kaing outside there kwa mawe na Wes, tulijua watu ulipa. Wes will tell you, amwezi ingia hapa kama mwendi kumulipa, mnenda kumpotezea wakati.
Oh, nice.
So like, okay, analipangwa ngapi ndio record. So of course Wes akatuambia. So we were ready, and of course when he entered, he told us what his recording fee is. So we got ourselves ready. He recorded a song for us, and we paid him for it.
Oh, nice!
And
how was that session then with Ted?
It was a very interesting session. You could tell that he was a different producer. You could tell, And unfortunately for us, we had not quite settled down on what our style is. Now that I've had this much experience in the industry, I can clearly say that was the missing link with us. We were just a gospel a cappella group that wanted to express our passion and record, but we did not have an identity as artists. And Ted then, his hands were full. What? He had Kalamashaka, he had Darling P, he had Gidi Gidi Maji Maji. He had all these artists that he was trying to juggle. I mean, he had just started now doing stuff with Akina Waire and Necessary Noise. His hands were full, and we were a gospel act, and there was no way we were switching to secular. We were gospel. I tell you, we are gospel. We sing gospel. We are a gospel group of 6 chicks. The songs were in gospel, and I'm sure for him, he was thinking, hey,
let me give them what they want.
Let me give them what they want. And we got our song, and
what is the name of the song?
The song even. The song is called I'm Sorry. Yes. So yeah,
do you have a copy of I'm Sorry?
I don't, but I'm sure the other girls, one of them has a copy of I'm Sorry.
Samadari, please guys, let's get it. Let's get to sample it.
Yes.
Okay.
So we got our song, and now we had to look for how we're going to get this song played.
Are you still with Jimmy?
No. Jimmy tulimwacha.
The guys didn't get paid. Jimmy wasn't doing his job. Jimmy gotta go.
Jimmy aliachwa wapi? Still last one. I have to think back. I think what aliintroduce kwa kina Shilton tuliona Jimmy kuna vile tunaweza mtoka. So sorry, Jimmy lishaivo.
Okay, so you record with Teddy. You have your second song.
We have a second song, and now we're looking to see if we can get played on radio stations and stuff like that. But we're a gospel group, so our expectations were right here, and the reality was over here. And Ted was very genuine. Ted was like, why don't, we asked him, so where do you think this can work? Since obviously, the major radio stations then, it wasn't going to be easy for them to play gospel, He told us, Joy Bringers. Sasa, shida yetu ni Ted, by the way, he was right. If we had gone to Joy Bringers, because Joy Bringers was very crucial in bringing out a lot of artists. You know, Esther Wahome was on Joy Bringers. Mary Wahome was on Joy Bringers. A lot of these artists
Mary
were
Otieno,
actually, Mary Otieno, was on Joy Bringers. There were a lot of artists that came out of Joy Bringers. So, alikuwa to advise poa. But, sisi,
we are getting to capital.
Tulikuwa catch feelings tayari. Joy Bringers. So,
but I love what you're saying. What you're doing is painting a landscape of the gospel scene and its and the acceptance of gospel music on other stations.
Yes.
You know, right now people may be listening to gospel music on all other stations or accessing it directly from YouTube, not knowing how difficult it was for gospel music back then.
Yes, that's how difficult it was.
You
And
guys even were stuck to your roots.
but we were stuck. We were determined.
That means for you this was a faith thing as well.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
So Joy Bringers, we felt Joy Bringers. So I did not go down well with most of the girls. But Ted alikuwa to advise poa. Now that I look at it today, look at advice poa, you know.
Yep.
Most of the big acts that ended up being, you know, the pioneers of gospel came out of Joy Bringers.
Yep.
So if we had gone to Joy Bringers, perhaps tunge survive. But, you know.
So did you do the round side to take it to these other stations?
No. We tried to take those other stations, and then it was a bit difficult, you know, because the pressure from the parents was mounting. You know, it was intense. Like, fine, you guys have done this singing thing for so long. You need to go to school. You need to go to school. You need to go to school. So we're all getting pressure from parents that we need to go to school.
Were you doing this over the weekend? Were you doing this when you're on holiday? How are you juggling?
Me was very cheeky.
Cheeky, as your parents said.
You know, you go to class some days you don't go. That's just how it was.
Okay.
So story ya sobriety ilisha tu hivyo.
After that single?
Yeah, so after that single, we all, you know, ventured into, you know, got into school and everything. You know, me was a cheeky one who could go for a class and go to studio, go for a class, end up at Shilton, you know, Skive afternoon classes. I was probably the only one who was able to balance that school secret music life. But for the rest of the girls, it just didn't work, and that was it for us.
Okay, so did you guys like have a mkutano? Guys, this thing is over.
I think we could tell. You could just tell because some flew out of the country.
Okay.
And, you know, yeah, you knew that
the plane has
the
landed.
group
It's
is
over.
done. And I remember even after that, I still went back to Ted's studio, and I wanted now to go there as a solo artist. And by then, I mean, Ted had a lot of people. And being an introvert, I didn't quite know how to talk to Wes, you know. So that Kachika used to sit up kwa mawe. I'm like, how do I don't share this guy? I've come all the way from Thika, and I used to do that religiously, like every other day. And I think I only got to see him once, but even then he was busy because I think the then robust artists were having like a big show and everything. So, you know, I never got an audience. And I remember that day I got out of studio, and by then I was listening to what's going on in the industry, you know, like what people are doing. You know, hapo sasa nimemalizana na JQuat. Nimeingia USIU.
Slow down. Wacha kukimbia hivyo. So this group ends.
Yeah.
Guys go their separate ways. You're still in JQuat at this time.
By the time I'd finished, now JQuat ilikuwa imeisha, and I had to go to uni.
Okay, so after JQuat, your folks are like, hey, you've gotten your diploma.
Go to uni.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
No break. University. Real quick. So I remember in January of 2000, I joined USIU.
Okay.
But even
international relations?
No, I was doing international business administration.
Okay.
So that's when now still I was still wanted to pursue this
and
thing.
And now you're bored now. Are you? By the way, JQuat, were you sleeping at JQuat?
No. I used to live at home because it's in
just
Juja,
it's Africa. But what about USIU?
USIU is still commuting from home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jan 2000.
I joined USIU.
Okay.
Then I knew the group. You know, people had gone their separate ways, and it was clear that the group was not there anymore.
And for Amani, is Amani like, yo, me, I really want to do this music thing?
Now, I was really drawn to music.
Okay.
And I was now seriously beginning to think about music.
Okay.
And I was seriously beginning to think about music. So I said, okay, fine, let me go to Ted Studio and see what's up there. So I went. I understand, dude was busy. What? Wasanii walikuwa na line up hapo nje. No, nako kamawe. I drive and I like, ako kamawe yako. Hai tulikalia ako kamawe na wesa litutesa sana. So I'm there, you're there every other day. Excuse me.